This is the part where we start talking. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Wrestling Nirvana podcast. I'm your co-host, Michael Morgan, here with, the other co-host, Kyle Hawley.
Yes, that's right. That's
Kyle,
right.
how are you?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, man?
We're on the road to Wrestlemania, as
Yes.
WWE says every 4 minutes.
Yes.
So
The road started at the Royal Rumble.
I'm living my best life.
The road is still going. It's a long road.
We were in the Fastlane, and now I think we're on the highway.
We're just cruising.
I don't know exactly where we are. Interstate.
They should
maybe?
just make a pay-per-view called Cruising.
Yeah, they should. Yeah. They should bring back the paper. They should bring Fastlane, or they should rename Fastlane to Roadblock, like the old pay-per-view.
Oh yeah.
It's just a roadblock, like in the storylines.
Or they should call it Pit Stop.
Restroom break. Restroom break. Gotta get. That's what it is.
Gotta
literally.
get gas.
Half the matches are restroom breaks. So, we have some news today. We'll talk about Fastlane. We'll talk Raw and Smackdown. And then we'll talk a question of the week, a big question regarding Wrestlemania, because that's the next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
The grandest stage of them all, as Michael Cole says. So
in New York City.
Yeah.
But it's not really in New York.
But it's not. It's in New Jersey because it's at MetLife Stadium.
Exactly.
So but it's same.
They say it's in the shadows of New York.
But different. Right.
That's disrespectful. I've never been to Jersey, but I can just tell that people who live in Jersey are upset about that.
I've been there once, and to me it was like I couldn't tell where one ended and one began. So I think they're the same, but I think the people there might think they're. I don't know. I'm not gonna speak for everyone who lives over there because we're in Kansas.
Yeah, wouldn't you hate it if they had like an event here and like, we're going to Kansas City or that's really different. That's not
us. Yeah, but they're closer than that. Kansas City's 3 hours away from us. They're like five. They're literally like you take one step and you're in a different spot.
Does it smell different in Jersey?
I don't know. I was like 12 when I went, so what I'm saying might not even be valid. I don't know. I don't remember anything
It might be a roadblock.
Yeah, let's get to the news. So, not that many news items today. Just a few that we can touch on. I put this number one because I just recently watched NXT actually last night, even though it was like 2 days late. Tommaso Ciampa is having neck surgery. Had neck surgery at this point, actually. Yeah. Seems like it was successful. Hope that he recovers well. He's one of my favorite wrestlers. He's really good in the ring. More than anything, he can just tell a story, as with him and Johnny Gargano's story in NXT and how it's been the best storyline in wrestling the past year, pretty much. So he's having neck surgery, so a lot of the stuff that's going to be coming out is going to be pre-recorded, of course, because NXT is taped.
Yeah, so he's like wrestling, even though he's really injured.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're going to do to I believe that I heard a rumor that it's going to be Johnny Gargano versus the winner of like a 6-man match on one of the NXT tapings for TakeOver New York. And that'll be for the NXT title because Ciampa's going to have to vacate it. This week on NXT, Ciampa and Gargano lost to Aleister Black and Ricochet in the semifinal of the Dusty Rhodes Classic. And as they were like, Johnny faked knee injury, but at the time you thought it was real, and they're walking up the ramp and Johnny's wife's there, and then all of a sudden Ciampa just takes Johnny's head and is about to throw him into the like Titantron or whatever you want to call it, like he did when he first turned on Johnny, and then Johnny says like no last, and throws Ciampa into it, and Johnny turns face, and it was really nice because it's such a good storyline. But
how did that, because okay, never mind.
If you're just watching the main roster, you have no idea what the fuck's going on. Because they have. It's really frustrating because they had a set of 3 matches that were really good, or 2 matches, or whatever, after a big heel turn because they were the best of friends tag team.
Yeah.
And then they got back together because Johnny turned heel, but now Johnny was faking being heel, I'm guessing, the whole time, and now he's a face, which was probably going to be the storyline going into TakeOver because they thought Ciampa could wrestle, but he can't because he had neck surgery. So, thoughts with Tommaso Ciampa. Hope he recovers well, and I hope he comes back and they keep him away from Gargano for a while, and then when we have a big boiling point in the main event of like WrestleMania 38. Like,
is it safe to say that WWE has a curse when it comes to bringing up new talents or NXT talents?
Well, I don't think it's a curse. I think they're just dumb. I think
is it because like
I think it's because Vince McMahon doesn't watch NXT. I think that's literally why.
But it's not like they're changing up styles or anything. But why is it like every NXT call up either gets injured or just like doesn't do well?
I think
or has anxiety.
The injury thing, or like I'm not sure about about all of the injury stuff, but I'll say this on what I've noticed. I've noticed two things. First off, most you don't watch NXT weekly, so most wrestling fans don't, and that's fine. There's a lot of wrestling to watch. Like the good thing about NXT is I don't watch it live. I watch it on like Hulu the next day.
Technically, no one's watching it live.
Yeah, and it's there's like the however many fans there, but I don't watch it when it comes on the network. And I just I watch it, but some of the matches I put in the background and do something else, and some of them I'm really invested in.
Yeah.
So, and then I think you get to you debut them in somewhere like Lafayette where it's a bad crowd and no one knows who they are, and people just don't want to watch them. People don't know who they are. So then Ricochet's become really popular on the main roster because he does cool things.
Yeah.
But Aleister Black, who's fantastic, is somewhat popular. But him and Ricochet shouldn't be teaming. I don't get
That's what everyone keeps saying.
Yeah, I don't get why they've been doing with the four of them. I do not know why it's happening like it is. And I imagine Vince is like, oh shit, our ratings are going down, and Triple H is like, well, here's my four best guys, because those are his four best guys.
Yeah.
So whatever. Yeah, I just hope Velveteen stays in NXT forever. He's legit one of my favorite wrestlers. So. And
it's like when they was calling up like EC3 and Lacey Evans and all those other. Nikki Cross and all those other superstars. I heard
my favorite.
I heard Lacey Evans is like going to be the next Charlotte Flair, but the way they're packaging her, the way she's
not as good, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
But they're like, I guess she was like an ex-Marine or something like that. Like,
yeah, she is. Yeah.
Throw down. What's up, Ricky? Ricky just came in.
Ricky Lasley making a guest appearance on the podcast.
What's going on,
bro?
sir?
I haven't seen Ricky in a minute.
Yeah.
What's going on? Okay, back to the there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the big pop for Ricky. Yeah. Yes, he's here. Yeah, what they're doing with her is weird, but we can get on to the next bit of news. Wow, guest appearance from Ricky Lasley. That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
We need a recording sign on the outside of our door.
For sure, yeah. People just walk in here. It's cool, though. Ricky's allowed it. He can do what he wants.
Yeah.
On to our next bit of news. Kurt Angle retiring at WrestleMania.
Is this retiring in quotation marks? Or is this like a legit?
I think it's going to be his last match. And good God, I hope so, because he can't keep up anymore. And Kurt Angle, one of the best wrestlers ever. He won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Went from one of the greenest wrestlers in the late 90s to one of the best technical wrestlers. And he's great and serious. He's great at comedy. He's really good. I don't know who's going to retire him. There's been a lot of speculation. I've heard John Cena. Today, Matt Riddle tweeted and said, let it be me to face you at WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. I think he should put someone young over. That's just me personally. But I also think that he could definitely face John Cena and they could have a ruthless aggression thing. But it's just let's get this storyline going. If it's Apollo Crews, I will be mad. That's all I'm going to say.
I would like it to be John Cena because it kind of comes full circle. He wrestled Kurt Angle in his first match.
That ruthless aggression promo when he's wearing the trunks, man. Then, John, please.
And then, but if I know this is never gonna happen, but if it was up to me, like a dream match to end.
Chris Benoit.
No, no. They had some good matches though.
Yeah.
But and him and Eddie Guerrero had good matches too.
Oh.
But
man,
Shawn Michaels. It goes back to WrestleMania, I want to say it was 21 or 23.
23 faced Cena, so it wasn't 23.
Okay, it was 21 where Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels. If you got the WWE Network, go back and watch that match because it's one of my favorite matches. It's actually in my top 5 of favorite matches ever. Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle, and I would love to see Shawn Michaels wrestle Kurt Angle in his last match, but I know it's not going to happen.
And the problem is I just want it to be a good match. And and it's going to be a 10-minute match, but I want it to be Kurt Angle's greatest, like they did with Shield at Fastlane, just the greatest hits of Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
But I
want Kurt Angle to say mother effer.
Yeah, legit. I want Kurt, but I think I want Kurt Angle to lose, but in a respectful way to a young gun, because I want to put someone over, and I don't know who it should be. I don't think it should be Velveteen because I don't want him on the main roster ever.
Yeah.
Matt Riddle would be kind of cool, but I don't want him on the main roster yet.
It should be like EC3.
Yeah, if it's EC3, I'll be disappointed. Not that I don't like EC3, it's just that's kind of a weird thing to do, but I'm sure it'll be Cena, and that's fine. I just want Kurt to go out and just
or maybe
stay retired.
Maybe it could be Jason Jordan.
Oh God, if it is though.
Did we forget about him?
And I like Jason Jordan, but no, let's not do that.
That would be a WWE storyline.
Yeah. I guess we'll know more this coming Monday.
Yeah.
Because he's literally announcing it on what looks to be another cookie cutter episode of Raw. They announced a lot of the matches, like Ronda versus Dana, Rollins versus McIntyre, and I'm like, wait, isn't it WrestleMania in like a month? Are we just like sitting here just like?
But the card is getting stacked, though.
The card's stacked, but some of the things they're doing, SmackDown's hyping me up. Raw is not. So, last bit of news, Dave Meltzer came out with his Wrestling Observer newsletter, 2018 award winners. I'm just going to put some of the ones that are included on there. I'm not putting all the awards because some of them aren't even wrestling related. So, Wrestler of the Year, no surprise, Kenny Omega. I mean, he's become legit one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, and I've only been watching his stuff for the past year and a half.
I've only seen like one match of his last year.
I'm a promo guy. The dude can cut a promo. He never talks in Japanese when he was in Japan because he's a heel and it's funny. And then, I mean, he is just the best wrestler in the world. Tag Team of the Year, 5 years running, the Young Bucks. Oh my gosh, the 2 biggest awards were AEW guys. It's almost like it's gonna be really good. I've been watching a lot of Being the Elite and all that stuff on YouTube. I like the Young Bucks a lot, and there's someone else I like, but we'll talk about him in a second.
Have they ever wrestled the Hardy Boys?
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh,
because they weren't in TNA, and I don't believe so. They've been like Ring of Honor and Japan, no, but they're just fun to watch. They're fine on. I don't think they're great on the mic, but I think they're just a good tag team. Best on interviews, Daniel Bryan. I did not see that coming. But
what does that mean? Best on interviews? I
think like promos, like the new Daniel Bryan being a heel, which is cool because his gimmick makes so much sense, and I think he puts a lot of work into it, and that's what makes me happy.
I think it's because it's a little bit like real. It's like he really does think this about the world,
and because the thing is you have to think about it. What he's saying is usually good. Like he's like, let's stop polluting. This town, and they're like, boo, we like hot dogs. It's
we like polluting.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, and it just makes sense because it's like he is smarter than us, you know. But, promotion of the year, 7 years running, New Japan Pro Wrestling. No surprise, they're really good. Best weekly TV show, NXT. I 100% agree. NXT is fantastic. It's like everything that you like about WWE with everything you hate taken out.
Yeah.
And the commentary is the thing for me. Is that every time I watch it, the commentary is good.
Is it still Joey Styles on there?
No. It's Percy and oh goodness.
Oh, Morello.
Yeah.
Why did I say Joey Styles?
And he just had that movie. Oh, my favorite, the British one. And I'm so sorry.
Who just dropped the F-bomb on that streaming?
Maybe. I'm forgetting. Oh my gosh, I love him so much. He's legit. I love his voice, dude. Like he's legit.
McGillicuddy or something?
No. I'll look it up. Match of the year: Omega versus Okada, the 2 out of 3 falls match at Dominion 6-9 in June. Yeah, no surprise. That's the one where Omega wins the IWGP Championship.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
I think I actually watched that one.
I didn't watch it live because I don't like Oh, Nigel McGuinness, that's who I'm thinking of. That's the last person.
He was the one who swear.
Yeah, but what a great match. The most important award, Women's Wrestling MVP, goes to Becky Lynch. Maybe not the most important, but one of the most important. I mean, no one else could have won it. I mean, in 2018, no one else was hotter than Becky Lynch in any promotion as a woman. Don't give me that look.
I'm gonna give you the look.
Who was hotter than Becky Lynch for? A good portion of the year.
I personally
don't say Asuka because she was lost. Don't say Ronda.
I personally, I would give it to Ronda.
No,
she had a good year last year.
But Ronda wasn't like Ronda was over and like she's like
Becky was over for half of the year.
Do you know the difference between Ronda and Becky? Ronda and Becky are both really good in the ring. Ronda has picked up wrestling as good as Kurt Angle did better than Kurt Angle did.
Yeah, she picked it up quick.
Pure wrestling. She is the worst on promos. She is until she turned heel. It was god-awful. Her character didn't make sense. If you say that Becky shouldn't have won that, I don't know. I mean, I'm not even saying that as someone that thinks... I think you're taking into the past 3 months into effect. This is for 2018, not 2019.
No, I'm thinking that Becky didn't get hot until...
Becky had the best women's match of the year. Her versus Charlotte... Name a Ronda match that was better. Ronda was good, but Becky versus Charlotte at Evolution was the best women's match of the year. Hands down.
Okay.
So, I mean, Becky was just the best women's wrestler.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
Feud of the year, Gargano Ciampa. No surprise, it was a good feud.
I'll give you the Becky win because I'm scared Becky might tweet me and cuss me out on Twitter.
She will. She'll call you a weirdo.
Yeah.
I love it. A feud of the year, Gargano Ciampa, and it would have been the feud of the year this year too if it had been able to continue. It's just so well thought out, and I love it. Most improved. This is where I was getting to earlier with AEW. Hangman Adam Page. I have become a big fan of Adam Page just from watching him. He does the whole full wrestling gear thing because like Pac came out at the AEW thing in Jacksonville and was wearing like tights and boots like ready to like throw down. So him and Page are gonna be fighting at Double or Nothing. So he started doing that, but then like they're saying he's fat even though he's not, and so he's like, I'm getting into. It's just funny. It's gonna be a big pop at Double or Nothing when he comes out and is in trunks because wrestling's weird and it's funny, and he's good in the ring. He's good on the mic. I do like him.
I can't comment on him. I've never seen him.
Let's just get through these really quickly because these are pretty funny. Most overrated, Baron Corbin. Most underrated, your boy Finn Balor. Here,
Yeah.
Ronda got some love. Rookie of the year, Ronda Rousey, and I agree.
I'll give her that.
She should have been. She is Rookie of the year.
Yeah.
She was the best first year. I mean, one of the best first year wrestlers I've ever seen.
I'll give you
Best
that.
major show, Dominion 6ix9ine, that had the Omega Okada match of the year, that had Jericho Naito, it was a good card. Worst major show, Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
And this is my favorite award that he gave out. Most disgusting promotional tactic, which one year was won by the McMahons inserting themselves into every storyline.
Oh, wow.
This year, it was won by WWE's relationship with Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got another one coming up after WrestleMania.
Let's just continue to crap on Crown. Yeah, two more this year. Let's just
Right.
continue to crap on Crown Jewel. Worst match: Degeneration X versus the Brothers of Destruction at
something
Crown
we
Jewel.
didn't care for.
When Triple H tore his quad wrestling the 70-year-old man. Worst feud: Sasha versus Bayley, and I think
I forgot that even happened.
Yeah, and this is the one with like Dr. Shelby and all that weird stuff. And they're like, I hate you, I love you, and now they're like a tag team. It's okay. Best gimmick: 100% agree with this. Velveteen Dream. I love Velveteen. He's like a year older than me.
I would have said Becky Lynch's the man.
I think that's the close second. I get it, but legit, I'm bullish on Velveteen. Worst gimmick: Constable Corbin. No comment.
Yeah.
So let's get into the Fastlane results. We can just talk through these, and then we'll speak about all the feuds when we get into Raw and SmackDown.
Okay.
So the New Day defeated Nakamura and Rusev. Before the match, Kofi got told to go to the back, and like Vince McMahon wants to talk to you about the WWE Championship and whatever. So New Day beat Nakamura and Rusev. That's fine. That was on the pre-show. On the main card, because they took off Andrade versus Mysterio, because that's a fatal four-way.
Yeah.
Usos defeat The Miz and Shane. Shane turns heel. Thank God it wasn't The Miz turning heel.
I'm sorry that I didn't see that coming like everyone else did.
I mean, I knew one of them was going to turn heel because I knew they were going to fight at Mania.
Yeah.
And I hoped to God it was going to be Shane because then it makes sense. Like the whole Crown Jewel, best in the world, it all makes sense now.
Shane hasn't been heel since forever.
Since he was young. Yeah.
Yeah.
They had I like the little detail where Miz would wear the shirt that said Miz-O-Mac and Shane would wear Shane-O-Mac.
That's cute.
And I was like, okay, like he's done that for months now and no one sees it. And it's like, oh, he's going to turn heel. Mrs. Dad George, who looks like a porn star, did his best to no sell the turn. He just stood there while his son's getting beat down.
Yeah.
Stop. And
he didn't even he tried making a small little attempt to jump over the barricade, but he did
do a good job of selling. Shane like starts like grabbing him by the face. I was like, oh my god. Asuka beat Mandy Rose.
Oh man, nobody.
Okay. I don't have anything to say on that.
Yeah, because it was I don't know what they're going for, but it was a stupid thing with Sonya Deville
putting the kendo stick, trying to grab someone under the ring.
Like, why was she looking under the ring? Like, I can understand if she was like looking for like Hornswoggle, because wasn't Mandy Rose the one that Hornswoggle ran away?
No, that was Zelina Vega.
Oh, they all blend in together after a while.
Some of the mid card women who don't get to show anything anymore in terms of like their talent. Yeah, man, I agree. I'm so sad, man. Let's go on.
I can face her at WrestleMania. I'll take that L.
You could do it?
Yeah, I'll do it. She doesn't have a match.
I thought you said you could fix her. You'll face her.
Yeah.
You'll let her go over.
Yeah.
Will you let her squash you, or will you give her like
she can squash me all she wants.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay. So we cut to the back at that point. And Kofi is going into Vince's office. Vince says, "You're in a triple threat match. That starts now." Or he says like the WWE Championship match will be a triple threat match.
Yeah.
You're in a triple threat match. That starts now. So
Yeah.
we think that he's gonna be in the match, and I was so scared that he was actually gonna be in the match, and his title shot was gonna be at Fastlane. And And then the bar came out, and I was so happy, and they killed Kofi, and that's fine because the bar Kofi shouldn't be able to beat the bar 1-on-2. Because the bar 1-on-2 should be able to beat most anybody besides like Brock Lesnar, I guess, because he doesn't lose to anyone.
I would like to see that actually.
I just want to see Brock versus the Singh brothers again.
I just want to see Brock versus everyone.
Brock is interesting. I have some thoughts on him where I think he's actually pretty good. I just don't think he should have the main title. And I also just think that he should be a part-timer, and he should come back and he should just murder someone. Every once in a while, like oh hey, John Cena needs a feud for WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar destroys him. Make Brock fun. Make people want to see him, you know?
Who wants to tackle the beast at WrestleMania?
Yeah, exactly. Don't make it hey, I hold the top title, let's not do that, Yeah. Anyway, what was a really good triple threat match? I don't like how they're doing triple threat tag matches now, where you have to tag. I think it should just be 3 guys from each team.
That's so
fighting.
dumb.
You have to tag each other in. You have to tag their team. That doesn't make sense. It makes me really think that this is fake. That takes me out of wrestling.
It's very dumb. You can't, because there's no rules in a triple threat, but you got to tag your opponent in. And then wasn't a ref counting in the middle of a triple threat?
Yeah.
In that pay-per-view.
I don't know, but this match was really good. The Revival beat Black and Ricochet and Gable and Rude, and Ricochet once again did such a cool spot, and he's done it before in NXT, but it's cool to see on the main roster.
Right. Yeah.
He jumps over the turnbuckle, grabs the post, and flies down to the mat, down onto the floor,
opponent, yeah.
And it's oh my god, he's so good. And then that led to the Revival hitting their finisher and beating Gable and Rude. It was just a good match.
Do you think
it made me think tag team wrestling might be good again in WWE?
Do you think they only got the Revival, the belts on the Revival because they don't want them to leave?
Yes, I already know. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Also, I think it's because in my mind, I'm well, they deserve it because they're the only tag team on Raw that makes sense. Even Black and Ricochet don't make sense. Gable and Rude, Black and Ricochet and Gable and Rude shouldn't be able to beat the Revival because the Revival are a team.
I was really hoping that Gable and Rude would split and Bobby Roode would turn heel, and Jason Jordan would come out to save.
Oh, because him and Gable,
yeah.
Because him and Gable were good as a team.
Yeah.
I don't even like Jason Jordan as a personality in terms of his gimmick, but I like him and Gable. We're just gonna be really good at wrestling.
Yeah,
you can have a team like that, That was one of the best matches on the card. My favorite match probably on the card because it just every time something happened, I was whoa. Samoa Joe beat Rey Mysterio, choked out Rey Mysterio, which was pretty cool. Andrade and R-Truth.
He didn't tap.
He didn't tap. He just died.
He
just Stone Cold Steve Austin passed out. Samoa Joe murdered Rey Mysterio. Everyone got offense in. I liked it. I don't have much to say because we're gonna be talking about it later on SmackDown, but I like Samoa Joe, the badass.
The more they put R-Truth, the better I feel inside,
Yeah.
As much as I don't care for R-Truth, I like seeing R-Truth, getting some
He's low-key a good wrestler, too. I mean, okay.
Sure.
I said it, and I was okay, maybe. Maybe. He brought Little Jimmy, and that makes me happy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to not even comment on this. Sasha Banks and Bayley beat Nia Jax and Tamina. Beth Phoenix got up, started to fight Tamina. Jax and Tamina beat the hell out of her. Natalya comes out for the save. They get hit, and the people walking out on top are Jax and Tamina, even though they just lost to a good tag team. I don't have anything to comment on this. I don't even want to talk about it.
Am I wrong for saying I don't like Tamina?
No, you're not. No, I don't like that. She's not a good wrestler.
But the thing is, I don't have a reason not to like her. I just don't like her.
The reason is because she doesn't have a personality.
Yeah.
And she's not a good wrestler. I think.
Yeah. And her father's a murderer. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
We're not going to bring that up ever again. Nah.
Man.
No, I just don't care for her. I just think she's there because of her blood.
Yeah. Well, that's why Nia Jax is a wrestler. Because she's related to The Rock. It was a third cousin.
But Nia has a thing, though.
Yeah, Nia, as much hate
there.
as I give Nia, she does have a shtick. She's the big, bad person that's going to come in and mess you up. That's cool. But she's also kind of like a crybaby when she doesn't, as a heel, she's fine. I'd rather her be a heel than a face, guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just don't think she should be in any high profile feuds, but obviously
I don't care.
Vince sees all that beef. and thinks differently.
What was that?
That's Vince McMahon. He said when Finn Balor was out there before the Royal Rumble, he was like, and there was Cena and McIntyre was like, look at all this beef. Vince loves him some beef, man.
When it comes to Nia Jax, I can get down with that statement.
Okay.
But I don't mind Beth Phoenix coming back for one match.
Yeah, and her and Natalya, like Pin Up Strong or whatever they're called, that's fine. I don't have a problem. I love Edge, so I just automatically love his wife. I mean, and Beth Phoenix was before her time too. She if she had been part of this whole like women's revolution where they're actually getting to wrestle, she was a good wrestler. It's just that her problem was she was around a ton of like underwear models, so her and Eva Marie had those classic matches.
I agree.
Okay. And what actually might have been the match of the night because it overcame a crowd and made the crowd interested? The WWE Championship, Bryan versus Owens versus Mustafa Ali, who came out as the surprise.
Who came out surprised to a whole bunch of boobs.
They made a baby, but
the crowd was with them.
At the start of the match, it's Kofi, we want Kofi, whatever the chant is for Kofi. And these three guys are just so good at what they do. Yeah. They turned it into like. They were just able to make people invested, and that's good. But I did like that the crowd, and this crowd was good. The Cleveland crowd was good, and they were hot for Kofi, and that was dope. So that's fine with me. In what I thought it probably was the match of the night. Actually, I take back the U.S. title thing. I think this was the best match.
Yeah.
Bryan beats Mustafa Ali with the wicked spot where Mustafa jumps off the top rope or the middle rope and Bryan hits him with the running knee. Rowan got involved. Cool. It was just kind of like, okay, like this should just be the run of the mill feud. This is how good everything should be.
Yeah.
And what I thought was probably the most mishandled match, worse than the Asuka match, which is saying something. The most mishandled feud I've seen in a long time. Like Triple H, Roman Reigns, WrestleMania 32 levels bad.
Yeah.
Becky beat Charlotte after DQ while Becky's in the figure 4, not yet the figure 8, because Ronda comes out and hits Becky. Because Ronda wants to face both of them because she's cool.
Or does she just want to face Becky? Really?
I think she just. Well, I think she wants to. She said on Raw she kind of wants to beat both of them up at this point, and I'm like, that's fine.
Did you see that punch she gave Becky though?
Yeah,
that was vicious.
At Mania, I'm low key hoping someone in this match shoots on the other person because I want someone to bleed in this match. Because I do think, well, this is talking later in the show, but I do think this match will eventually. I think they'll decide this is what's going to main event Mania. I have some stipulations for that, but just talking about this really quickly because I don't think there's much to talk about later on Raw and SmackDown because it did nothing. Neither of the promos on Raw and SmackDown added to it. What they've done here is they took a really simple feud. This is simple. You turn Ronda heel. That's cool.
Yeah.
Ronda's the badass heel that no one wants to face because she's gonna mess you up because she doesn't believe in kayfabe and she's like
and wrestling's stupid
and wrestling's fake and stupid and she's gonna murder you marks. Charlotte's the person that's coasting on her name and has gotten everything given
bandwagon.
To her. Yeah, but in the end, Charlotte's a good wrestler, so like you can't doubt her. You know, it's not like she's gonna be Carmella sitting like on the sidelines. And then you have Becky, the hottest wrestler in the company before they messed up this feud.
Yeah.
Wins the Rumble. It's so simple. You never suspend Becky. You never do it. You never take her out of the match. You just say, this match will never main event WrestleMania unless we have a queen in it. And Charlotte comes out and it's a triple threat. And then Becky's like, F that. And what they can do, they can still save this. They can save it. It can main event. It can. What they have to do is the Raw before WrestleMania. Or the SmackDown. It should probably be the Raw, though. They shouldn't even show up on SmackDown.
Yeah,
it's 3 women. On the Raw before WrestleMania, what should happen is Becky gets kicked out of the arena. Becky goes away in an ambulance. Something happens where Becky's not there.
Yeah.
The last segment is Ronda and Charlotte in the ring. They're like, I'm going to beat you at Mania. And all of a sudden, you just hear the crowd going crazy because Becky's on the Titantron. She needs to come in and do some stone cold shit on a Zamboni, on a beer truck, not necessarily that, but they need to do something where she comes in a big bad thing and just obliterates them. It doesn't even have to be the Raw before WrestleMania. It has to be at some point. She needs to embarrass them. She needs to be Kurt Angle milk truck, Stone Cold beer truck. She needs to do something big and memorable, like when she came in and got punched in the face and broke her nose and was bleeding.
Yeah.
That's a memory I'm not going to forget because that was her moment. That was I'm here, I'm bloody, I just took a punch and I'm going to beat the hell out of everyone. Badass, walking up the stairs, invading. That moment was cool. I'm getting chills thinking about it.
Yeah.
They need to do something again to make Becky, oh, my legs hurt, but now it's not anymore.
Like, I don't know why they dragged that broken
the injury is the other thing that took me out of it. I don't know. So
I just think, but what you just described was like you can do that in like 2 episodes. WWE had to stretch out this whole thing. Yeah,
I'm not saying
to last like 2.5 months.
I'm saying that's how they could fix it at this point.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's what they should have done in general. They should have just taken this feud differently. They even should have. I don't know. I mean, I'm not on the creative team. I'm not like Dana Warrior, who definitely deserved to be there. Let's just go on.
Well,
we'll talk about this in our big question. Last match of the night. Before we get to I just want to say Elias coming in after the Miz, after Kofi, and after the Becky match, or whenever he was coming in, and like being like a muse, like during like
summarizing
a play. I was like, that's the perfect way to use him. He just comes in, gets a little bit of heat, and then he leaves, and no one interrupts him. Until the very end, when WWE does one thing right with Randy Orton, and that's how the camera pan all the way to the left, and he come from the right and RKO someone. Because it's effing nuts. I love when they do that. I think it's one of the coolest things. AJ Styles then came in and hit Randy with the phenomenal forearm.
I didn't see that coming.
We'll talk about that on Smackdown. I just want to say I thought the Elias stuff was great. The Shield beat Corbin, Lashley, and McIntyre in what was the Shield's greatest hits, and I don't know. This was good. I'll be honest. I watched it, and for a moment I stopped critiquing everything, and I was like, let's say Dean does leave. Let's say he goes and is John Moxley again in Ring of Honor or in AEW or whatever, or he doesn't wrestle again. And this is the last time we get to see the Shield. It was just the Shield's greatest hits, and it was fun, especially towards the end of the match, because they did a few things I liked. They had the chaos everywhere. They reminded you. Oh yeah, I remember when the Shield was bad guys when they were I think they were beating up on Corbin or McIntyre or someone. It was just 3-on-1, and it was like, oh yeah, they used to do this. They used to beat the hell out of people, and it was fun. Like, and not like some babyface like nostalgia act like they are now. And Roman coming back is awesome. It's really cool that he's like able to be back after literally fighting with cancer to be able to wrestle. I thought he looked like his normal self, where he was gassed halfway through the match, because that's Roman. He's Goldberg basically. And I thought Seth jumping off of like something in the arena, I was like, don't injure your leg, don't injure your leg. You need to fight Brock.
You got it.
But it all worked out, and I thought honestly it was a nice way to end that section of Raw, like that. Just
when Seth Rollins cussed, I thought it brought it all home.
Seth Rollins saying one more motherfucking time literally made me pop. I said, did he just say that? And I freaked out. And there are things in wrestling where I'm like, oh yeah, that's why I like wrestling. Do you have any other comments on it? I thought it was fine. I thought it was good. Like, I liked it, honestly.
Fastlane, it's the pay-per-view for WrestleMania.
It's a roadblock.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, I think it's time that we get a word from our sponsor.
Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had a lot of questions. How do I record an episode? How do I get my show into all the apps people like to listen to? How do I make money from my podcast? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing by reading this ad. So if you've always wanted to start a podcast and make money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start to join me in the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast.
Okay, so now we're back.
Yeah.
Ready for the Raw recap.
Did you guys like that little sponsor, that little advertisement?
Hopefully there's going to be more of them.
Yeah.
Go check out the Anchor app.
Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for supporting us, by the way. Yeah.
Well, we just talked about it. So next.
Yeah.
Raw recap. I don't have anything to say about this first part. The Shield go their separate ways. Rollins beats Shelton Benjamin. Paul Heyman promo.
It's good to see Shelton Benjamin back.
Yeah, Shelton Benjamin. And I like that Shelton Benjamin's actually friends with Brock Lesnar, so it kind of makes sense that Paul Heyman's like.
Is he friends with him in
they're
real life?
in real life, yeah, they're actual friends.
I didn't know
That's why that he came out and was like a heel or whatever. Seth Rollins beats him with a curb stomp. He needs to stop wearing those brown pants. Seth, stop wearing the brown tights, man. Wear black tights. The brown, it just looks weird, and it takes me out of a match every time he's in one. I don't know. It reminds me of like an old Triple H, like when he used to wear the pants. That's what like Hunter Hearst helmet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought Heyman was good on the mic, like he always is. I thought this was like a C+ segment and match, and it's just like, yeah, Seth Rollins is gonna be one of the last 2 matches at WrestleMania. That's fine. Here's something I want to talk about. Bobby Lashley beat Finn Balor for the Intercontinental Championship after Lio Rush interfered.
Yeah.
And now let's talk about this not from a Finn Balor standpoint. From a story standpoint, it makes a little sense.
Okay.
Because Lashley never actually lost the title. So actually, maybe he is just a better wrestler than Finn Balor. But that's not the actual case. He's not. So let's put the title on Balor for, a month, and then take it off of him. When Finn Balor is someone that should be a long-time IC champ, if you don't want to make him your main card, on your main match on the card, whatever, I guess that's fine. Like, whatever. But
in my opinion, Balor is kind of like Asuka. He's just lost in the mix, and he deserves better.
And you know what it's like is because he was so good in NXT too, and he would actually, and when he was Prince Devitt in New Japan, he would just bring the demon out when he wanted to.
Yeah,
it wasn't like, why the hell? And I know why, because the demon shouldn't lose. So I agree with not bringing out the demon when he's gonna lose a match like versus Brock.
Yeah.
But he brought out the demon to squash Baron Corbin at SummerSlam, but didn't bring out the demon to win the Universal title back, and didn't bring out the demon to defend his IC title. The logic isn't there. I'm not mad that when he loses, he's not the demon, because he shouldn't lose the demon. The demon should be protected for now, at least. But because I think Aleister Black should be the demon at some point, but that's just me. And then the Undertaker is special guest referee. I'm kidding. I'm joking. It's dumb. I'm joking. Buried alive match. But I think that randomly bringing out the demon because we want to is dumb. And it got a good pop at SummerSlam, but it's just like he should have a storyline where he has to like decide whether or not the demon's taking him over or whether or not he's still Finn Balor. Like, it's just like so easy, but instead they're gonna have him face a really boring wrestler and Bobby Lashley. Lio Rush is someone I'd be more interested in him fighting, because at least I like his matches.
Yeah.
This whole Lashley, Corbin, and McIntyre are boring wrestlers, and McIntyre shouldn't be.
That really is what it is. They put 3 boring wrestlers and just put them together.
Yeah, and made a boring team.
Yeah, boring.
And the problem is McIntyre should just be a solo star, because McIntyre is a good heel. I like Drew McIntyre. As much as I didn't like him before his comeback, I like him now in NXT. I like him on Raw. It's just that he shouldn't be a bad guy to be like, ooh, I'm Corbin. I'm Baron Corbin. I'm Bobby Lashley. I'm Drew McIntyre. We're bad guys. We're going to team up. No, Drew McIntyre should hate everyone. He should want to fight everyone. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You should face Lashley at WrestleMania for the title.
No, I think he should. I think he's going to face Roman. But
You think?
McIntyre.
McIntyre.
I think Lashley's going to face Balor, or there's going to be some big match. I think Balor's going to win. I think they're doing this so Balor can win the title at Mania as the Demon. I think.
What if they took the title off of Balor because they want Balor versus Undertaker? Would you like that if it was like Demon Balor versus Undertaker?
No.
Okay.
No, I would not. I mean, I like the idea. I like, at one point in Undertaker's career, this happened when Undertaker was fighting CM Punk at WrestleMania in his last good match. Yeah, Balor can carry Undertaker to a match. And no offense to Undertaker, he's probably the greatest wrestler ever in terms of longevity. Mm-hmm. And he's getting his bag now. Like, he's making his money, and I respect that from his standpoint, just like I respected Shawn Michaels' standpoint of coming back and making some money. But I don't want that to happen, because I don't want to watch a 4-minute match. I don't want Balor in a 4-minute match at Mania. He deserves more.
Okay.
This next part, we can kind of skim over part of it. Ronda Rousey comes out and has a promo and says, "I'm a bad guy. Stop cheering me. I hate all of you."
Yeah.
Whatever. She's better on the mic as a heel.
word.
It works for me. She says she wants to fight Charlotte and Becky and F them up. And she had like a line where she said something. She didn't say this isn't real, but she said something about like that. She kind of broke kayfabe, and I'm like, well, at least she's staying true to what she does on Twitter. Like that's fine with me.
Yeah, and on her
And
YouTube.
then Dana Brooke comes out and is like shaking. I think
She comes out shaking.
Yeah,
She is scared.
which I thought like was a nice detail, but I also thought like Dana Brooks is like who. I literally she came out and I heard her theme, and it's showing Ronda while Dana's theme is going, and I thought, wait, who is that? And so I was like, oh, it must be a return of someone. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then it was like, and for a second I was like, wait, is that Beth Phoenix music?
She came out with no makeup on. She came out just.
But I liked
just
that she was.
Beth,
I liked that she was shaking and
yeah,
scared.
Dana.
And then Rousey punched a bunch of refs after she beat the hell out of Dana Brooke.
Yeah, she didn't need to do that.
Because Dana wanted a title match, and Rousey said no. And she apparently got kayfabe fined the other day for it. So
yeah, for sure.
Because we always need a fine in a big match. Okay, so Aleister Black and Ricochet beat Chad Gable and Bobby Roode. I almost said Chad Roode.
Kind of getting tired of seeing these
And
matchups.
I am. Why is Raw bad? Because it's the same, like, you know when you're at a Brock Lesnar match and the crowd just says, same old shit.
Yeah,
Same old shit.
yeah.
That's what this is. It's just the same old shit. And it's like, as much as I think all four of these guys are good ass wrestlers, especially Ricochet and Aleister Black, man, I love them. They should not be teaming together. I think they're all four fantastic wrestlers. But this roster is so loaded with talent and with people that like Baron Corbin was almost in the main event, but Aleister Black and Ricochet weren't. Ooh, just thinking about that gets me fired up. Like I'm so mad about that. But it was a fine match. The Revival came out and attacked Aleister Black and Ricochet after they won, and I don't have much to say. It was a good match. Like,
Yeah, right.
Side note: Alexa Bliss is the host of WrestleMania.
Which means she's still low key injured.
Yeah, that's my takeaway from it.
She might have the page. No. She's concussion prone. That's what that is. She doesn't have the page.
It's because she takes some nasty bumps. You know who I think would be concussion prone is Liv Morgan, because Liv Morgan takes some bumps. The Riot Squad with the pink hair.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised she's still going at it.
She takes a few bumps every once in a while that I'm like, holy, like, and that's why I kind of like the Riot Squad.
I still don't understand how Sasha's like alive.
Yeah,
the way she
I don't
takes
know.
bumps.
Yeah,
but hey,
I don't know. She's good. Okay, so now for an actual important part of the show, what I thought might have been the only part of the show I cared about, and I didn't even care about that much.
I actually wanted to tune in to see.
Yeah,
this.
exactly. Triple H and Batista faced off. And Triple H comes out, and I just wish he'd go back to his old music, the time to play the,
Yeah.
I don't like the new, like,
It just seems like
music.
an old man.
Yeah. Because the old music, da-na, like, I don't know. It goes hard, but Batista coming out, yeah! I love Batista's theme song.
It brought back early 2000s.
Yeah.
And then Triple H showed everybody in the back how to cut a real promo.
Yeah.
It felt good to see a Triple H promo.
My thing is the fact that Triple H can come out and be better than half of your roster at promo shows that I think that I'm sure, like in NXT the guys and gals are pretty good at promos. So I don't think it's Triple H's fault. I think that once they get on the main roster, Vince says, "Here's what I want. Here's my vision." And nowadays I think he's more like, just do what I want, but do it in your own way. But it's like, just stop making.
I can see.
I have so many problems with wrestling right now. Yeah. And I love it at the same time. So it's just so interesting. 'Cause all of this could be so good, you know? I say this every week.
I can see the main roster scripts being like more like like more like word by word.
Yeah, and they're not scripted anymore. Yeah. But it's now, here's the point you're gonna hit. Yeah. And you can tell when Vince is like, I want you to say this. Yeah. Because they'll say something and I'm like.
But I also think like NXT is more like bullet points. Like this is it's like more open.
And I think because I think Triple H knows how to run a roster. Was CM Punk right? Okay, maybe that's morbid. Going back to Triple H and Batista. Fine promo. Triple H has one of my favorite line of the night. He says, "The Guardians of the Independent scene," which is pretty funny. Yeah. It actually like got me to laugh, and I was like, "That's good." When Triple H comes out with the jacket, he means business when he comes out with the leather jacket.
But he still looks like an old man.
Yeah, Batista comes out looks like a.
He looks like Hollywood.
Yeah, he's Holly. Yeah. That's cool. Like I don't mind it.
That's fine. Yeah.
I think this will be a match at WrestleMania that happens. So
I just think the promo got kind of stupid when Batista kept yelling, "Give me what I want, give me
Yeah,
what I want."
yeah.
And it's
That
just
got
like,
memed.
and it got to the
So
point
tell
in
me
the
what you
middle.
want, what you really- what?
It got to the point in the middle of the promo where they were literally asking for the same thing.
Yeah,
But just like saying it differently.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
and so now they're gonna fight at Mania. That's cool. They can. I don't mind.
I would have liked Hell in a Cell. But no holds barred is fine. But when you hear no holds barred, it's going to be a whole bunch of chair shots to the back.
Well, and then it's gonna be at the very end of the match. Triple H is gonna hit it because Triple H is gonna win.
Yeah, of
Triple
course.
H is going over
Yeah,
because when's the last time Triple H lost clean in a one-on-one match? He's gonna take the sledgehammer, do the classic, puts his hand over the head of the sledgehammer because he doesn't want to actually injure someone. That always takes me out of when he hits someone with the sledgehammer. Of
course.
Especially when he ends a match with the sledgehammer. Like he ended the match versus Goldberg in the Elimination Chamber, I'm pretty sure.
Or
with
they
the
might
sledgehammer, and it's like, but he hit him with his hand. He didn't hit him with the sledgehammer.
They might do what they did with Shawn Michaels when he hit him over the back of the neck and then like snapped the sledgehammer. They might do something crazy like that.
I think the sledgehammer will be the last. What's gonna pin him?
You think Ric Flair's gonna come out? No, he just got out of surgery.
I don't know. He's gonna hit him, sledgehammer. He's gonna kick him in the gut, pedigree, 1, 2, 3, and then Batista's gonna go film Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because James Gunn is back.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Yep. Whatever. Okay. Last 2 matches of the night. One wasn't even a match. Drew McIntyre beat up Roman Reigns before he was scheduled to have his first one-on-one match since being back from leukemia. McIntyre
You
beat
said
him
like
up.
it was a vacation.
Yeah.
He just got back from leukemia.
He just got back from leukemia, Yeah. I mean, I will say he was like filming a show with The Rock. He was like kind of like down in like
doing a lot of
whatever
things.
he was, which is like it's chill. Like, you know what? Live your best life, dude.
Yeah,
like you're
right?
facing cancer.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
go do what you want to do. I get it. People that think it's a work need to seriously shut up. That annoys me more than anything I've ever seen, man. People that think that it like I get having a little bit of doubt. Like, oh, maybe it was at first. I get it. The fact that you still think that
But bro,
because he legitimately had cancer 11 years ago, and I would believe that he legitimately still does.
yeah.
According to
But
everything
it's
I've
also like calling in sick at work, and then you go to the mall and you run to where your employees, and you're just like, "What are you doing here?" Yeah.
Right.
That's the same equivalent. You can't be showing
And
pictures
then
of
you
him
actually
on.
work in the mall, though.
Yeah. That's even worse. That's even worse. You like work in the mall.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I want a pretzel. Don't you work here?
Yeah.
Okay. So then Dean Ambrose says he wants a match with McIntyre. No holds barred. Drew McIntyre beat him. It was fine.
And a vicious kick in the. I mean,
Yeah.
it looked so simple and so dumb, but like the way Dean took that kick, it was kind of
Dean's so
vicious.
good, man. He's become so great now.
To be honest with you, I was waiting for Renee to just run out and be like, "Stop!
Man,
You're
can
killing him!" You know?
Oh my God! Can Renee just like be totally on?
I
Dean's
want her to
side?
do something like that before Dean leaves. I also thought Dean was gonna blow her a kiss or something. Just show a little interaction between the two because everyone knows they're
talk about
married.
it 24/7.
Yeah.
It's not like they're hiding it.
And Corey Graves has no chill.
Did you know that Zelina Vega and Aleister Black just got married?
I thought that was funny when Andrade was facing Aleister Black and Selena was right there.
Yeah,
I thought that was kinda
that
cool.
was back in the day. Yeah, that was good.
That was kind of cool. But yeah.
But so Raw was fine. It was Raw.
You tuned in to Raw because you wanted to see
and then
Ronda Rousey's promo and Triple H's
It got
promo.
showed up by SmackDown. So
Of course.
let's just go into it. Yeah, of course. Yeah. We can go into this pretty quick. There's only a few things I actually want to talk about. Shane McMahon cut a promo. Didn't seem very he wasn't scary, but it was fine. Like he's a bad guy. It was a heel promo 101. That's what I put.
But he needs to start wearing a sweater vest again.
Yeah. He needs to be the rich boy again.
He needs to bring back.
Maybe he should be delusional and think he's the best wrestler in the world, and then Miz should squash him. Like Miz should hit the coast to coast to win.
Yeah.
Okay.
I personally think they're saving that for WrestleMania. I think Miz is going to hit a coast to coast at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think
because
it'll be
there's been opportunities for him to do it.
What if they do it how Shane and Vince had the match where the garbage can is next to Shane's face
man.
and Miz hits him? Woo! That'd be hot.
Man, but I truly think Miz is going to hit a coast to coast at WrestleMania.
On what's going to be a loaded WrestleMania card, like you said, but just it's bloated more than loaded, I would say. There's so many people that's going to be on there.
There's so many things you want to see.
This is going to get lost in the shuffle, which is fine. I also think Styles and Orton's going to do the same thing. So, next match had a little bit of impact on the rest of the show. Ricochet, Aleister Black, and the Hardy Boys fought The Bar, Shinsuke, and Rusev, but it went to a no contest because the New Day came in and murdered all of them. They came in and beat people up, and the crowd was hot for Kofi, and he hit the Trouble in Paradise on Rusev. Big pop. They even fought they were beating up the Hardy Boys. They were beating up Ricochet. They don't care. They just want Kofi in the title match at WrestleMania. That was fine. The New Day were serious on this SmackDown, and I was like, yeah, let's go. But they're still wearing their like Booty-O shirts.
Yeah.
But I think that's their thing. They're fun-loving, but when they need to get serious, they do, and that's cool with me. Styles challenged Randy Orton to a WrestleMania match during a promo, which was really good because neither of them are
Dixie Carter. Shout out.
Yeah, that was dope. I loved it. They are two guys that usually are better in the ring than they are on the mic, especially I would say AJ Styles because he's one of the best professional wrestlers in the ring, and on the mic he's okay. So there's such a big difference.
Yeah.
And I thought they were both good here.
I think
I don't have anything to say.
every year there's one match that like it's kind of a grudge match. It's like I want to see this match, but I know it's not. It's going to get lost. It's going to get
Rollins versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania 31 before Seth, because it's like, why did it happen?
Yeah, but
but then Seth ended up winning the title that night. So
it's and I think AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. It's that match. It doesn't really need a big story behind it, but we want to see it for some reason.
It's WWE's boy versus the Indies boy. That's all it is. And I think Styles is gonna win, which will be fine.
That'd be cool. What if Dixie Carter just ran out, like got to the corner of AJ Styles?
That'd be nuts. Man. So now to the worst part of SmackDown. The only part I didn't even like care for that much. Asuka just made Sonya Deville tap.
Because
we thought Sonya Deville was gonna be your WrestleMania opponent, and now she's making her tap. So
how do you mess up the apron slipping Sonya Deville? Did you see Mandy Rose slip when she was trying to lift up the apron?
Yeah.
Like, what were you trying to do?
It then made me think, like, wait, there aren't that many women's tag teams, and they're breaking one up because this is obviously going to lead to a breakup. And I'm like, why would you do that? Because I think at some point Sasha and Bayley are going to start feuding again. I think they're going to lose the titles. I don't think at Mania. I think at some point they'll start feuding, and maybe it'll be good this time.
I just can't wait for Corey
Bayley will
Graves.
turn heel like we all want.
No.
Let Bayley be a heel. For no reason. Just let it happen.
No, Bayley's too lovable.
I know. She sells so much merch.
I want Sasha to turn heel, and I want Corey Graves to just be like, I told you.
Yeah.
I've been telling you guys this for years.
She's a snake. Yeah. I do. Yeah, that will be funny. But I think the match would actually be good if the storyline was simple and they just let it blow off into a big-ass match where they redid the NXT match and just
I wouldn't be surprised if this was the year of Sasha Banks and Bayley. Last year it was Charlotte and Becky. I wouldn't
be surprised. With the best matches of the year, and this time it's gonna be okay. They should both go to SmackDown when it gets to Fox, and they can fight for the title. Triple threat: Asuka, Sasha, Bayley. They do the Shawn Michaels, Triple H, John Cena, where you think the tag team's gonna be there and just team up on the guy. Shawn Michaels hits the sweet chin music.
Or
Bayley does
like
something or Sasha turns on Bayley, and it just becomes an all-out brawl. Okay, why can't I just creative team, hire me,
bro? Apply. Just move to British Connecticut and just do it. Is it British Connecticut?
British Connecticut?
Wait,
it's Stamford.
Stanford, yeah.
It's Stamford, which is the same place where they have the offices in The Office, the Dunder Mifflin in Stanford. That's where Jim goes.
But,
I love The Office.
Side note, I know we're running close to time. Do you think in the triple threat? Actually, we can just talk about it later. But
okay.
I was thinking, do you remember that one WrestleMania year where Triple H and Shawn Michaels had their separate matches and they both did the little DX thing?
Yeah.
Do you think Becky and Charlotte are going to do the four horsemen in the middle of the match?
And Sasha and Bayley are going to do the four?
And kind of team up on Ronda for like a split second?
You know what I've been thinking? I've actually been trying to fantasy book in my head how the four horsewomen versus four horsewomen can get involved at Mania. I think it'll happen at SummerSlam. And I'm thinking
either SummerSlam or Survivor Series. Give Ronda a little bit more time.
Ooh, Survivor Series. That's a good point.
Yeah. Team Ronda versus Team Becky.
Team UFC Force Horsewoman versus Team WWE Force Horsewoman.
Yeah.
I think that Becky's gonna win the title, and her first opponent's gonna be Shayna. Because I think Io Shirai is gonna beat Shayna, or because there's the NXT women's title is the Fatal 4-Way now between Io, Shirai, Kairi Sane, Bianca Belair, and Shayna. And I think Io is gonna pin like Bianca, or she's gonna turn on Io Shirai or something like that. Maybe not. They're like too happy. But I think Io's gonna end up being her Kairi are gonna win the title. And I think Shayna's gonna be the Raw after WrestleMania come out, and her versus Becky is gonna be the fight for the next pay-per-view. And Shayna's better than Ronda, so I said it. Deal with it. Shayna's better on the mic. Shayna's better Shayna does some stuff in the ring where like she's like methodical. She'll like bend someone's arm and step on it, and it looks so real.
That's the dude from UK NXT UK.
Oh, Pete Dunne, dude. Pete Dunne.
I hate watching his matches.
But Pete Dunne like
gross.
bites people's fingers. She doesn't do that. She does some wicked spots. Like I think Shayna squashing Alexa Bliss would be really funny because Alexa does that weird thing with her arm.
That was
and Shayna
she's
could
double
like
jointed,
just like how Ronda did, but even worse because Shayna's just a bad guy. She's never been a good guy. Shayna versus Becky after Mania.
It's something to look
Let's
forward
go.
to.
Okay, speaking of Becky comes out. She throws away her crutch.
That was so stupid.
Yes.
It was almost as stupid as when that time Kane got hit with that chair and he came limping to the ring and then he just like stomped his foot and he was like better and then he walked out normally.
Yeah.
It's just so like Ronda's over here like this stuff is fake, and then Becky comes and proves everyone that this stuff is fake.
I saw a post on social media. Becky like retweeted her trainer who was like, Becky's knee will be ready for WrestleMania, and she was like working out on her knee, and I was like, okay, maybe we're like making it seem a little more realistic. The point of this is, Kyle, is that I think we're at a clean slate right now to where they can do something. I think it's been incredibly mishandled. But I think, let's say Becky doesn't have knee injury. Ronda's a heel. Charlotte's just there being shoehorned in as Becky.
Everyone's kind of in their place.
And it's like, let's now go forward. There's been some sins, and we've righted those mistakes in the past. Let's just, 3 to 4 weeks, 3 weeks I think it is now, just... You have 6 shows because they can show up on SmackDown too, but you have 3 Raws to really just make this thing work.
Can we just have at least one SmackDown where Ronda shows up?
Yeah, I think Ronda will end up being on SmackDown.
I mean,
Fox, which is cool.
If she stays.
I had some side notes on this because for some reason, Becky hasn't been talking much in promos recently. I mean, she did on SmackDown, but like a few weeks ago. But like anytime she's on Raw, it's just like Stephanie's talking, and then Becky's like, "Oh, my leg," and all that. And Becky, legit, is my favorite women's wrestler, and I hate what they've done with her. And this feud, and we'll talk about this in the big question. This feud has become something I don't care about, and it hurts me to say that because I loved the idea of a feel-good Becky win the women main event WrestleMania, put on a show stealer, and Becky comes out on top, and they push the person that has the most charisma, that maybe isn't the best wrestler, because Charlotte's probably the best women's wrestler in WWE right now, legit, but is just on fire, and they've just taken it away. The crowd was there, but they weren't like there like how they used to be. But Becky says, whenever Becky calls Ronda Ronnie, I know she does it on Twitter all the time, but when she says it in a promo, she calls her Ronnie, she calls her a weirdo, she says she has no brain. It makes me laugh, like, a lot. Like, I just sit there, and I think it's, like, really funny when she does it, because it's, like, you see this, like, Becky on Twitter, like, hiding behind Twitter fingers, but then she comes out and says it, and it's funny. Let's get through these last 3 segments really quickly. Rey Mysterio and R-Truth beat Joe and Andrade.
Okay.
Samoa Joe laid everyone out, and Samoa Joe lost to like an earnage, so it was like fine. It wasn't anything crazy, but Joe so it wasn't like Joe looked weak because Joe beat everyone up afterwards, or at least he beat up Andrade and R-Truth. Daniel Bryan and Rowan beat Kevin Owens and Mustafa Ali, with Rowan doing that face choke slam on Ali.
Yeah, it's freaking weird finisher.
It's a weird finisher, but I liked that Rowan actually won the match for them.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, maybe Rowan is a legitimate threat. And then, I know we went through those too quick. They were both really good matches, I thought it was simple as that. The Mysterio and Joe and all that stuff, that match wasn't as good as the night before, but it was a tag team match. It wasn't going to be... The tag team match after that was fine.
Yeah.
Kofi comes out. Well, Mr. McMahon comes out. Vince comes out. Whatever. New Day interrupt him. They have some nice callbacks with Daniel Bryan, Vince saying that Daniel Bryan called Kofi a B+ player, which is, of course, what the Authority called Daniel Bryan. I love that
Vince kind of hinted at Kofi needs to drop the New Day if he ever wants to be successful.
I like that they also like put in a little sliver, and I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. That Kofi's riding the coattails of Big E and Xavier Woods being the young guys, which of course, like I think for the next year or two they're gonna be together. I think at some point Big E might turn heel and go solo, which could be good.
I don't want it to be Big E because I know he's just gonna get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, and
we're never gonna hear
I
from
think
him
it could
again.
be good because Big E's a good wrestler and good on the mic, but he will get lost in the shuffle, and that's the hard truth about it. They deliver a really good promo, really like actually inspiring. They're saying Kofi did kind of go on for a moment when he was during that promo. He's like, I never complained.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it. You never complained to get on, but whatever. Kofi's red hot right now. Kofi's hotter than Becky was when Becky was at her top of the mountain, which is crazy because Becky was hella over. And it's because Kofi's been here for 11 years. It's because when Kofi comes out at WrestleMania, because Kofi's going to be in that match, and it's going to be like, instead of like, welcome your 5-time champions New Day, they'll save it, but they'll say Kofi Kingston, and then all you hear is SOS, his old theme song.
You just gave me goosebumps.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I was hoping. That's why I was hoping that he comes. I hope he comes out to
that
his
song.
original thing,
Yeah,
because that would just bring it all back.
Yeah, Big E and Woods can be there with him. It doesn't.
Yeah.
He's just there by himself. But it's like he needs to come out to that theme song.
I would
go crazy,
feel
bro.
great if
I
he
would
came
go
out to
crazy.
that.
Anyway,
even if he did the pyro, his little boom boom,
Ooh.
that would be so cool if he came
bro.
out to that.
Bro, I'm marking right now. I love him.
I want that. I don't want him to come out to the New Day's thing. No disrespect.
They should like combine it. I think like they should like have like the welcome your next WWE champion Kofi Kingston, but it's Big E saying it like he does the New Day theme, but then it's SOS, man. Oh win.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So
I was waiting during this promo for Vince because it was just going towards it, but I just was waiting for Vince to be like, "You're black," you know?
right.
Like the way he
Booker T could have never gone over.
He has no real reason not to give Kofi this chance. I just wanted Vince to be like, "You're black."
I do think they're hinting at it, and I think at some point he said he might do the Triple H. Someone like you should never. But this time, let's let Kofi win. Don't bury Booker T to Triple H again because Triple H didn't get punished for saying racist comments.
And this is what I think is going to happen. Okay, first of all, this WrestleMania can go whichever way, but I don't think Kofi's going to win it. I don't think he's going to win.
I do, and I'll tell you why when we get to the big question because I have my ideas for WrestleMania.
Okay.
Vince says that in order for Kofi to be in the match, he has to win a gauntlet match next week. Great way to do this. Versus Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, The Bar, and Rowan. We all know that I would guess Rowan's going to be the last competitor he has to beat because then Daniel Bryan will be out there. He's going to win the match. He's going to win the gauntlet. We're going to go crazy because Kofi's going to go... it's going to probably be the last hour of SmackDown, and we're going to go crazy because Kofi's going to be great. And
it's getting it to that point.
Yeah. So, SmackDown was way better than Raw. Classic. That's how it's been for years now. Big question. The question of the week.
Mm-hmm.
It's two-parter. What match should main event WrestleMania? And what match will? So I have some thoughts, so I'll go ahead. I'll let you get your idea for it. So what match should main event WrestleMania? And this hurts me to say, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think the WWE title match should. Because right now, what's the
Brock
thing?
versus Rollins?
No, Daniel Bryan versus Kofi.
Okay.
It's not going to. First off, and I know it's not going to. I'm just saying,
bro. To be honest with you,
it
might open up WrestleMania.
Bro, I thought on it. I thought about that, and I'm hoping the way they do it is the last three matches are the WWE, Universal, and Women's. Just those three, however they want to do it. What match should main event WrestleMania? It's the one everyone's invested in. But I will say, I also think if the women's match really probably should, because this is it. Like it's WrestleMania 35. Like the women are actually respected in WWE. Mm-hmm. They put on great matches. The storylines are interesting. It's not about whether they're on Maxim. It's Tori Wilson's going into the Hall of Fame. She was a terrible wrestler, but she was the face of women's wrestling in WWE because
she was the face of bra and panties matches. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it was, but.
And they cannot not mention that during her antiseptic speech.
She was, but we've come a long way. It's time. We have three great women's wrestlers. Well, there's a lot of them, but three of the best are in a match,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to steal the show. I guarantee it. Because I think in the end, the match itself is just going to be a brawl. They're going to beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
What match will? I think the women's match will main event Mania. Would I be surprised if Seth versus Brock main evented? Hell no. And I think the craziest thing WWE can do, and I'm not doubting it because I doubted it last year at WrestleMania 34, is that Seth and Brock are going to main event and Brock's going to beat Seth. I would not doubt it. Because last year I said, that'll never happen. Roman's going to beat Brock. It's going to happen. And he didn't.
Yeah.
I think that it should. I think what is going to happen, and I wouldn't be mad with this, is the last 3 matches should be the last 4 matches, Triple H versus Batista, because that is so important, and then WWE title, and then Universal, and then Women's Raw Women's Championship.
When do you go to the restroom at WrestleMania? All these matches, I just want to sit there and watch.
When does Baron Corbin come out? When Braun Strowman comes out and has a segment with the WrestleMania correspondents, the guys from SNL, that's when I go to take
Elias needs to have like a 3-minute. That's not enough time to go to the restroom, but still.
Elias should do the same thing he did at Fastlane.
Of course. He should have been the host.
Elias should come out and do the musing. He should come out and do the musing.
He should.
And just sing his little song.
But it's like, when do you go to the restroom at WrestleMania?
When they have the inevitable commercial breaks promoting, like, John Cena's latest movie.
Wait, I know. During Oscar's match. Yeah.
No, you won't have time. She's just going to squash someone. And
Bro, no one. No, I'm kidding. It's going to be a multi-women match anyway.
Someone's going to squash her.
You go.
I'm going to vomit. You don't cry, Kyle.
You go during the women's tag team match because no one cares. One. WWE doesn't even care about the women's tag team match.
No, I agree. I think you do.
No one cares.
I don't know, man. I think I might go to the restroom during the Intercontinental title match. Here's what I want to see.
I hope it's a ladder match, but that's just
ladder matches for the IC title just means something.
Yeah.
I think it's because of WrestleMania 10 with Razor Ramon and HBK, but for some reason when the IC title's hanging up there, especially when it's in like the white, not that ugly one that was back in like 06, it just means something. So I think that should I don't know, the IC title opened last year. It probably won't open again this year. Women's tag team title should open.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so what match should main event WrestleMania? What match will?
I think what should. I'm just gonna. I think the triple threat, the women's triple threat, should main event WrestleMania. I was listening to Busted Open Radio on Sirius XM, and I think it was Bully Ray. He said, if it doesn't main event WrestleMania, that means Becky's not winning. If it does main event WrestleMania, Becky's winning, because there's no way WWE is going to end this feud in this WrestleMania with this Becky losing, because everyone will go crazy.
Yeah. So because
I think they'll legit throw trash into the ring.
Go ahead and say your thing, and then I have something I want to say about WrestleMania. But go ahead. What do you think will?
I think what will is Brock versus Rollins, because it's Brock effing Lesnar.
Yeah, Brock effing. You're just saying Seth effing Rollins.
But Ronda has that same draw factor too.
Yeah, and that's my thing is I think Ronda's the bigger draw at this point. Legit, because Ronda might have been not necessarily more popular, but might have been more like important to UFC than Brock Lesnar was, because she's the most important women's UFC fighter of all time.
But I can also see the triple threat not main event, and I can see Ronda flipping off the crowd as she leaves. And I can see it'll be Gold versus Brock Lesnar all over again.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I just see.
I can't think of a way that they end WrestleMania without the women's triple threat being the main event. What I do like is they have said on Raw that like the women say, I'm the main event of WrestleMania, and then Seth comes out and he says, in the main event of WrestleMania, because they're teasing it because they don't want us to know. But I do think it's going to be the women's, and here's what I think. I think 3 babyface wins are too much. I think Kofi, Seth, and Becky can't win.
It's all feel good moments, yeah.
And maybe we get WrestleMania 20. Maybe we just get a feel good WrestleMania. But the question is does Kofi and Seth winning take away from Becky's win? I think so. So here's what I legit think is going to happen.
Okay.
It's crazy, but I think for some reason, I just think Kofi's going to win because he's too over. He's so over. And if they let Kofi lose and Becky win, Becky's pop won't mean as much. For some reason, I just feel like they'll be like, oh, we wanted Kofi though. We wanted Kofi, not Becky. So I think Kofi's gonna win at some point in the night. It may not be the main event, or it may not be the last 3 matches. Kofi's gonna win. We're gonna go crazy. Everyone's gonna go nuts. Happy moment. I think that, and especially because I think that they're gonna want to reintroduce the blue WWE title.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Like
they're gonna
basically it's the Universal title, but it's blue
strap,
and that's
which I will be getting because that's dope.
I don't like it.
I like blue.
I like Daniel Bryan. I like blue. I like Daniel Bryan.
They need to release that in like a limited run.
Yeah,
I would buy that.
I'll buy it. Yeah,
I'll buy it. Yeah.
I don't have any belts except for like the championship belt I won this year for winning my fantasy football league, but because I'm the champ. But I would buy that belt. I think Seth is gonna lose to Brock. Mm-hmm. And the reason why is because I think that
they're gonna pull a Hulk Hogan and Yokozuna and have Roman
come out. No, but I think that Brock's gonna lose it at I think Brock's gonna get cashed in on by Money in the Bank this year, which is weird. But what I think is gonna happen is he's gonna hold it until Money in the Bank, and then he's gonna fight someone at, let's say, SummerSlam or at Money in the Bank, and someone's just gonna come in and murder him. Like they're gonna hit him in the midsection, like pull out a gun. No, they're gonna hit him in the midsection like Finn Balor did, and then you're gonna hear Baron Corbin, Money in the Bank winner, come out and pin him.
Yeah.
So I think that Brock will win. I don't want him to. I want the 3 babyface wins, of course I do, and I think Becky's gonna win the main event, which I think will be good. I think it'll pop, and I think that the dream is Becky taps out Ronda. If Becky taps Ronda out, it's not gonna happen. She's gonna tap Charlotte out.
Yeah, because Ronda's not taking that fall. I don't care. Ronda's not taking the fall.
I really think she should because
I think so too.
Because I think Becky should be the one that beats Ronda. I think that's the story arc that we're leading to. But would I be surprised if it ends up being Nia Jax as the person that beats? No kidding. I think Shayna Baszler and Ronda could end up fighting at some point when Ronda comes back if she leaves, which I would guess would happen. I think Shayna will come and be the person that beats her, which is cool because Shayna deserves it too. Shayna's great, but. Yeah, I think we're in agreement. I think the women's triple threat should main event because I think it would be unrealistic for the WWE title to main event, which is crazy to think because we're in the WWE. But yeah, I don't know. Well, here's what
we're also in the universe too.
Here's what's actually calm down. Something Raw, a women's championship. Here's what's actually gonna main event. You ready? This is gonna be Vince McMahon's last WrestleMania that he books. He's retiring the night after. So it's Vince McMahon, Shane McMahon, Triple H versus God, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. Vince goes in, squashes, elimination match. Vince, 1, 2, 3, Holy Spirit. 1, 2, 3, Jesus Christ. 1 makes God tap out. Vince goes over.
I gotta use the rest.
Man, that's what Vince is gonna do. That's his ego. Like he said on SmackDown, nothing's bigger than his ego.
I can
except for Finn Balor's junk. That stuff sticks out in his trunks, man. I'll say it. It's noticeable to where I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, even my wife pointed that out, and I was just like, okay.
What's happening? Yeah.
But I could see Vince taking a step back to focus on XFL.
No, I don't actually think it's gonna happen. I just hope, man. You know what? I have a question for you, really quickly. You answer in 2 minutes, and then we're out of here. Would you want this to happen? This is Vince's last time booking anything on the main card. He's like, I'm going to go back to Stanford. I'm going to run WWE. Because guess what? Besides the Saudi Arabia stuff, he's been good at running this company. Mm-hmm. He's turned it into $1 billion company. He's good at it. He's just not good at booking. So he goes back, does that, gets to see his grandkids, gets to see Linda, gets to see, gets to like enjoy his life for a little bit. And so Triple H takes over. But this WrestleMania event says, I'm doing it my way. Bra and panties match. There is
lesbian action.
Yeah,
he's giving away $1 million.
Yeah, exactly. Donald Trump's somewhere on the card.
Someone's head's getting shaven.
Triple H going over on Batista. Roman Reigns wins all 4 titles. Charlotte Flair beats Becky. Asuka gets beaten by Hornswoggle, and then Vince goes over in the main event. But after this, never again does Vince book anything. Is it worth it? Because then Triple H gets to book it, and it's like, so we have what could be a really good, feel-good WrestleMania ruined by Vince, but then Triple H just starts booking it, and WWE's really good. Is it worth it?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
It's hard for me because I don't want any of that to happen. But God, like, I like the part where Hornswoggle beats Asuka though.
I kind of
Like what? I don't know why I said it, but I did. Like, it just came out.
Let me. I want to book the last. I know we're going way over time, but I
That's
appreciate
fine.
you guys being with us.
Well,
we're passionate about what we're talking about, and we haven't been here for a minute.
We haven't had a podcast in a moment, so here we are.
I kind of want to piggyback off of what you were saying, how the falls are going to be. I agree with you. No, I disagree. Okay, they can work each title match differently. It can go either way, and I can have a storyline for each one. If I want to see Kofi win the title, but I also want to see New Day win the tag team titles.
I don't think New Days are going to fight. Do you think they're going to fight for the tag team titles at
Mania? I think it's going to be the Hardy Boys versus
versus the Usos. So do I.
but I want them to be in like a triple threat fatal 4-way to where the New Day wins.
Without the new triple threat rules, where everyone can just
tornado tag.
Tornado tag. Yeah, exactly.
But I want the New Day to win the tag team title. That way, all three of them have gold. And it's just like a feel good.
Okay.
That's feel good moment number one.
Okay, let's go.
But I can also see Daniel Bryan winning, and then Kofi winning like some random Smackdown, because that's WWE for you.
The like Christian thing where he wins the title.
He just wins. Yeah. So I can also see Kofi losing, and I can see New Day coming out, embracing them, and just like whatever.
Okay.
So no feel good moment for New Day.
Okay, but if we do that, do the other two feel good moments happen? They have to.
Well,
because I think at least two have to happen.
Then Rollins and Brock Lesnar. I can see Rollins winning, and then the Shield members coming out and celebrating him. But what if Roman Reigns went heel?
Ooh,
and was like he looked at, he gave Seth Rollins like a handshake and gave him his title, and he kind of looked down at it, and he looked up at Rollins. And then he looked down at it again and looked at it, kind of indicating that, I'm next in line.
Yeah, but he can't punch him in the face right there. Yeah. He has to walk away and then spear him. Because all of his moves aren't like stationary moves. He has to be running Superman punch and spear.
And do you think the crowd would cheer, or do you think they would boo?
Oh, they'd boo, but it's good.
Yeah, it's good boos.
At some point, I legit think that we're just gonna start booing Roman Reigns again. I know.
It's happening. Like, it's already happening.
But I think
they main evented the last pay-per-view.
But everyone cheered and it was a good moment. Yeah. But I do think at some point we're gonna all start booing him again. And I think it's at that point, let's just get ahead of the curve. Let's just turn him heel.
Turn him heel before. Yeah, exactly. Turn him heel now before it all happens.
And then later, he can be a babyface again and do whatever. But if he's heel and wins the title, he was a bad heel in NXT though. I think I texted you about that.
If he's gonna be a heel, I don't want him saying some stupid stuff like, "When I was with leukemia, none of y'all." He needs
to not talk about leukemia.
Yeah, don't talk about his leukemia. Don't talk about none of that.
He needs to not be he needs to be just a heel that wants to. He's a heel because he has to be.
Yeah.
He's a heel because he has to.
He turned on his brother.
Yeah, he has to turn because he wants his
title back.
Championships are more important than anything. That's how wrestling should be. Wins and losses matter. I'm calling you out, Road Dogg.
But I can also, but that's a kind of feel good, not really feel good moment. But if Brock Lesnar wins. I do want the whole Hulk Hogan, Yokozuna. I want Roman Reigns to come out and be like, "Yo, big dog, fight me." So Brock Lesnar does double duty, and Roman Reigns wins that. And then like everyone would hate it. Everyone would hate that.
No, I want Matt Riddle to come out after, and it just says, "Bro," and then he makes him tap out with the elbows. That's a dope. Like,
he's been talking about fighting Brock Lesnar for the longest.
I think Brock is gonna next year's Mania. Or the year after that, I think Riddle's gonna like quote unquote kayfabe retire Brock by knocking him out with those elbows.
They're never going to meet ever.
That's such a sick submission move. He hits people with elbows and they tap out to it.
That's crazy.
That's he's not choking anyone. He's just elbowing them.
Just beating them up.
Yeah, he made Cassius on a tap out with that. Man, it's so dope. Oh, he made whoever it was, Tyler Bate or someone like that do it too.
But that happens.
Okay, so what's your last field goal moment?
And then the triple threat.
Triple H.
I can see Becky winning, but
Charlotte can't win this match, right? It's
Charlotte was supposed to win, but she's just there. But if Charlotte does win,
I think it's Ronda or Becky. I see no point.
Yeah, but Becky should win. She should make Charlotte tap, even though. I know she should make Ronda tap. I think she's not taking the L. I think Charlotte is.
I'll take
because Ronda's going to be like, "You never beat me."
Yeah, I like it.
And then a
one-on-one. But that should happen later because I do think Ronda should get a little bit of a break.
But yeah, I think Ronda deserves a break.
Let Ruby Riott be in the main event. Come on, Ruby's a good wrestler.
But if Ronda wins,
all hell breaks loose.
Well, yeah, but
we'll just start watching AEW instead.
Becky wins it on Raw the next day. Because there's too many feel good moments going on.
Yeah, I actually could see 3 feel good moments happening, but I think what would happen is Kofi would open it by winning.
Mm-hmm.
Lesnar and Rollins would be the second to last match, and then like Triple H Batista, or the third to last match, then Triple H Batista, and that would kind of wash our. They might even do that because might boo them because we're bored. And
no one cares. Yeah,
and then we get Becky and all. I don't know. They're gonna have to figure out how to do this to make it us invested by the end of the 7-hour pay-per-view.
Unless like Brock Lesnar just squashes Rollins in like
honestly,
2 minutes.
If that gets heat for the other two to, Raw doesn't matter to me really.
Yeah.
So if Brock Lesnar winning means that Kofi and Becky go over, at this point, I'm just wanting some of my favorite wrestlers to win until AEW happens, and then I'll actually care about wrestling.
Someone has to take an L.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it's not going to be Nia Jax. You sure as hell know that. She's taking a big W. All right, man. I mean, we went over on time, but we had to make up for missing a few weeks.
Yeah.
Make sure to follow us at Wrestling Nirvana on Twitter. We've been having a lot of fun tweeting during pay-per-views, especially people getting involved. We've been just having a good time.
Thank you for that.
I mean,
thank
you for sure. We've been posting a lot of funny gifs. I like funny gifs. Our mailbag is, of course, wrestlingnirvanapod@gmail.com. Thank you guys for listening. I mean,
and if by the time this comes out, hopefully we're on. Well, we probably won't be, but we're working on getting on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcast.
Yeah,
we're working on getting on all the major podcasting, so you don't have to keep going to
be
YouTube.
On YouTube. Yeah, we'll still be on YouTube in case that's your forte. But we're trying to expand.
We're trying to branch out. We're trying to expand.
For sure.
Be on the lookout.
Next thing you know, we're going to be taking over the Edge and Christian show on the WWE Network.
Right.
And Vince will be writing what we say.
Right.
Can't wait, man.
But thank you guys, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
For sure.
Kyle, and
Kyle,
give us a review.
I think we're out.
Yeah, we're out.
All right. Thank you guys.